Viewers were left amazed as news emerged from the heart of Scotland. King Charles had recently visited a renowned whiskey distillery and tasted an award-winning single malt that moved him more deeply than anyone expected. What was meant to be a quiet royal engagement turned into a powerful and emotional moment that captured the attention of millions across the world. People close to the visit shared that King Charles had been longing for a peaceful retreat. After months of public duties, speeches, and the ongoing pressures surrounding his health and the monarchy's future, Scotland had always been his personal escape. Locals in the Highlands weren't surprised when he arrived quietly in the Speyside region, known for its pristine air, rolling hills, and of course some of the world's most legendary whiskies. It was said that he had traveled to one particular distillery that had just won the prestigious Terrific Taste Gold Award 2025. The whiskey in question had been praised by critics as a flawless 21-year-old single malt with flavors of oak, smoke, honey, and Highland heather. Experts around the world had described it as a masterpiece in a bottle, but no one could have predicted how King Charles himself would respond. Witnesses described how he arrived dressed in a simple wool coat, shaking hands with staff and pausing to admire the copper stills and wooden barrels that lined the stone-walled rooms of the distillery. The master distiller walked him through the aging rooms, explaining the traditional process and showing him barrels that had been resting for decades. People said he was visibly moved as he listened, soaking in every word with deep interest. Then came the moment that would go viral. In a private room with a small group of distillery workers and a few royal staff members, King Charles was handed a glass of the award-winning whiskey. Observers said he held the glass carefully, paused for a moment, and slowly lifted it to his nose. He closed his eyes, took in the aroma, and then took a single sip. It was at that moment that his expression changed completely. Those in the room said the king grew quiet, visibly emotional, and even held back tears. His voice was soft, and he said something that took everyone by surprise. "This isn't just whiskey, this is Scotland in a glass." According to one staff member, there was a silence in the room after he spoke. No one moved, no one breathed. It was as if they all realized at once that they had witnessed something deeply personal. It was later revealed that King Charles had quietly asked to be left alone in one of the aging rooms after the tasting. A royal aide reported that he simply stood among the barrels for several minutes, in complete silence. The aide believed he was remembering moments from Balmoral Castle, perhaps summers spent with Queen Elizabeth or peaceful walks in the glens during his youth. People close to him said it wasn't just the taste that had touched him, it was the memory, the connection, the soul of Scotland. Soon after the visit, the story leaked to the press and social media exploded. Hashtags like #KingCharlesWhiskey and #ScotlandInAGlass began trending on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Memes flooded the internet, and one tweet read, "Even the king cries over good scotch, relatable." Some called it the most human royal moment in years. Others said it was a much-needed reminder of what truly matters: heritage, emotion, and authenticity. Reports showed that the distillery's limited stock sold out within hours after the news went public. Whiskey enthusiasts from around the globe rushed to buy a bottle of what the king had tasted. A spokesperson from the distillery later confirmed they would release a special edition called The King's Dram, inspired by the same cask. A portion of proceeds, they added, would go to charities focused on Scottish culture and rural communities, something King Charles has long championed. The story struck a deep emotional chord because it was more than just a taste of whiskey. According to royal insiders, the king's reaction reflected a need for connection at a time when tradition is under pressure and the monarchy continues to evolve. Observers pointed out that it wasn't a staged moment or a rehearsed speech, it was simply a man reconnecting with something older than himself, something rich with meaning and memory. Family members were said to have been touched by the king's reaction. Queen Camilla reportedly smiled when she heard the story, saying it reminded her of how grounded her husband becomes whenever he's in Scotland. Prince William, who shares a similar love for the Highlands, was also informed and expressed his own desire to visit the distillery someday. The master distiller, who spent over 3 decades perfecting the whiskey the king tasted, told reporters that he had never seen someone appreciate it so deeply. He said he felt honored, not just because of the royal attention but because King Charles had truly understood what the whiskey represented. It wasn't about the flavor notes, he said. It was about memory, land, and heart. Experts believe this moment will go down as one of the most authentic royal interactions of the decade. Social media users, especially younger audiences, praised the king's vulnerability. Influencers posted emotional reaction videos and called the moment a reminder that even kings feel deeply. Parents even shared the clip with their children, showing that true strength lies in showing emotion, not hiding it. As the news settled and the media storm faded, the king returned to Balmoral quietly. Those around him said he seemed calmer, more reflective, and deeply satisfied. It had only been a sip, a brief moment, but it had grounded him. Some say he left with a few bottles of the award-winning whiskey in hand, not as souvenirs, but as symbols of something deeper: remembrance, gratitude, and legacy. In the end, those who witnessed the moment knew it was never really about whiskey. It was about how something simple, something crafted with care, could awaken something eternal in a person. That moment reminded the world that even royalty can be moved by memory, by taste, by love for a place, and sometimes all it takes is a single dram to bring it all back. Let me know if you'd like help turning this into a voiceover, title, or thumbnail. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. See cookie.